Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about a comment that I had recently received. And it wasn't a bad comment. It was something that I think played into a really valid argument. The comment was basically, I like gold better because whenever silver goes up, it always just eventually fizzles back down. And because it's always done that, it's pretty much always going to do that. So the first thing to address with that is just because something has always done something does not necessarily mean that it always will do something. Now, statistically, yes, it's probably going to happen that way. Silver could skyrocket up and then fizzle right back down over time. That's why I think people should have a good exit strategy, a good plan. And it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm done precious metals. That's not what I mean by that. And I'm going to get into that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But just in saying because something has always done something that it always will do something is automatically saying that because silver has always generally moved in the upward direction over time, it always will. And I mean, some of y'all remember at one time, ounce of silver $1, ounce of silver $4, ounce of silver $5, ounce of silver 10, 15, 20. Now 23. Have you seen upticks? Yes. Have you seen downticks? Yes. So we're going to talk a little bit about this tonight. If you guys enjoyed this video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. It helps me more than you know. That's the best way you can say thank you is by hitting that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment, and if you're not subscribed, take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button. We've got over 1,700 videos. We're coming up on our 10,000 subscriber giveaway, which means we're going to be giving away some really cool stuff for free. It's all going to be done live. So those of you guys that haven't seen who I am yet, you will definitely see me that night because we're going to do everything live. So for some of you guys that just don't know, you're probably trying to picture, what's this dude look like? I mean, I've been on plenty of videos before, but we've had a lot of new followers over the last few months, and I haven't showed myself in the last few months, only because just everything going on. I haven't been shooting from my studio. I've been more shooting from here, and so, that's just kind of the way it's been. So with that being said, and leave me a comment, because I love to hear y'all's comments about what you guys think. So exit strategy. I have an exit strategy, and it doesn't mean that I'm done precious metals. What it means is as silver goes up, I will probably trade some of my silver in, for gold. Or if I can get some land, a nice homestead, a new house that I can kind of work more towards my advantage, by growing more food, growing stuff, raising chickens, maybe some cattle. That's ultimately my dream. My dream is to one day have a nice homestead, still do the YouTube videos. I kind of started doing a lot of YouTube videos. Originally, when I first started doing YouTube videos, I talked a lot about basically saving money, getting into different types of investment. We did extreme couponing. We did apps. We messed around a lot with apps, with a lot of the glitches that were in apps in the early days of the phone apps that you could literally, we did one video, we went through McDonald's drive-through like 3 or 4 times in a row, and everything was free. I mean, the app just kept giving it free over and over. All you had to do was just put in an email and your meal was free the first time. So there's a lot of little ways that you can save money. We've done plenty of videos on that. But as the channel moved on, we got more into prepping and stacking. I've been a stacker for a while, and I believe that you need to have some sort of an exit strategy. I didn't want that kicking on right beside me. Give me a second here. Okay. You've got to have some sort of an exit strategy, because realistically, what I foresee happening is when everybody starts buying into gold, we've had this manipulation going on with silver for so long now that the prices are not legit. I think there's been a strong consensus on the recent videos where we talked about the gold to silver ratio. We talked about how it comes out of the ground. And as you see that, you realize this system is so rigged, it's unbelievable. It's manipulated, and this is a system that can't go on forever. Eventually, it's going to give. But the thing is, just like when you hold a beach ball underwater in a swimming pool, what happens when you bring it to the bottom of the pool? You keep trying to pull it down. It gets harder and harder to hold down. Eventually, when that beach ball comes up, it doesn't go to where it belongs. A beach ball belongs right on the surface of the water, but it almost always shoots up past that. And when that price of silver that we've been manipulating down for as long as we have been shoots up and they lose control of it, and they eventually will, then you can expect to see a price that's just crazy. Literally, it's not going to go to what fair market value is. It's going to shoot well past fair market value. And realistically, we could see double what it should actually be set at. So let's say fair market value right now is $100. Everybody's going to have a difference of opinion. I believe a fair market value for today silver should be sitting at $100. That's a 20-to-1 ratio. We had a lot of people that commented that that's ridiculous numbers. I've heard everything from $50, $100, all the way to $2,500. Now, could someone make an argument for $2,500 silver? Absolutely. I mean, the argument that they gave was a solid argument, in my opinion. But there was a few what-ifs in there. And the what-if was that the country would back the U.S. dollars strictly to their gold reserves. And assuming that they did that, then the gold would skyrocket up to essentially $15,000, $20,000. Well, here's the thing. You're not going to see $15,000, $20,000 gold and $25 silver. That would be absolutely ridiculous, which means silver would have to come up. How high would it come up? Well, that's going to depend if they really did back the entire fiat currency to gold. Realistically, before that could happen, they would have to crash the system. The stocks would have to be decimated. Everything would come down. And then they would consider backing the system after they pull some huge, a lot of y'all heard it before, reset. It's a word that a lot of people, don't believe could happen. But having an exit strategy when that price goes through the roof does not necessarily mean that your exit strategy has to be fiat cash. If you trade in silver for gold, well, that would be great. Because here's the thing. If you're buying gold right now at $2,000 an ounce, an 85-to-1 ratio, and all of a sudden the ratio goes down to, let's say, 42 or 43. Well, you could essentially trade in your silver and then take 2 ounces of gold for the same amount that you would have only been able to buy one for before. And that's where you can really do well when you make a move like that, because essentially now you're sitting on gold. Now, there's no way to tell, will the ratio keep coming down? But it is a form of diversification. You're spreading it out. You're not all into one. Now, here's the thing. There's a huge consensus that silver at 85-to-1 is total BS. I mean, every comment that I seen in yesterday's video was just that. I mean, it's BS. There's no excuse for 85-to-1. It comes out of the ground. Depending on the website that you're using, whether you're using the geology site, the gov site, the metal site, whatever the case may be, you get a ratio of anywhere from 7-to-1 all the way up to 20-to-1, 15-to-1, 12-to-1. The ratios are out there. There's a lot of different numbers. And I commented on that. It's kind of like how much copper is in a roll of pennies. There's so many different factors that play into that roll of pennies. Are they all pre-82 pennies? Are they all 2002 pennies? The pennies aren't all copper now. And then if there's 10 and another roll has 20, well, there's more copper in the one that has 20 copper pennies in it, and so on. So there's a lot of different, essentially, references on how much gold to silver should be for the ratio. I always put it at, I think, a 15 or 20-to-1 is a fair number. However, that doesn't mean that I'm going to wait until it goes to 15 or 20 to 1 to trade some of this silver out for some gold. We could end up seeing it go down to 60 to 1. And essentially, I'm still getting my gold cheaper than if I had bought gold in the first place. Now, I like gold. You guys know. You guys have seen my package openings a lot. I pick up gold here and there. I pick it up when I can get a deal on it. I pick it up if a new coin comes out that's really cool. I pick up some because it's quick and easy to essentially run with. It's a lot of wealth in a small mass, essentially. I mean, you take like you guys have seen. I mean, how many coins real quick can you hold in your hand? Well, I mean, right here, there's 8. That's $16,000 if that was gold. You take $16,000, you could essentially go anywhere in the world and essentially start over with such a small amount of metal. And this is something people have realized from the beginning of time. You know, the other day I talked about the Far and Away movie with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. And a lot of people said they watched it and they liked that movie because it shows you firsthand references of the power and the value of silver and what happens if you don't have any. It's a great way to move wealth. They move the wealth across the world, across the ocean, in the form of silverware. It was real wealth. The silver is the money. It's always been. And as they continue to print and print and print, you will see this stuff climb in value. You know, a lot of people's like, it's not a guarantee that it's going to go up. You could see it come down. You know, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, 2008, the banking crisis, the banks should have gone under. But what did they do? They stole taxpayers' money, essentially, and they bailed out private entity banks. It was totally wrong. And, you know, why should a private sector business that makes profits off you get bailed out by you? A lot of people were protesting it, but, you know, it fell on deaf ears because at the end of the day, me or you, we don't make the choices. All we can do is make the choices for ourselves and our family. And that's why I stack silver. That's why I have some gold, because I believe that if you make the right choices now, you will be in the driver's seat later. You know, so many people don't have precious metals that it's not going to take a lot. And then there's this whole different can of worms that I could have gotten into, and I probably will in a future video, that, oh, they're going to come confiscate it. So few people have silver or gold in this country today, they're not going to come and probably confiscate your stuff. It's unlikely. I mean, they can't get a hold on pew-pews, so they're probably not going to get a hold of, if they tried to confiscate the couple mercury dimes you might have. So with that being said, we are at 13 minutes, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you all for watching. Please, if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Plan your exit strategy, whatever it may be. Take care, everybody. Bye.